Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Ange here, one half of the duo. Today I'm here bringing you an awesome updated Dogmatika Eldlich deck profile for the September 2020 format. But before we begin, I would like to remind you all to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to turn on those notifications because every Monday and Wednesday we have new videos coming your way. Without further ado, let's actually finally get into this deck profile. So, to begin, we gotta play the 2 Golden Lord. This is the card to be. This is what your deck revolves around. Gets your whole deck running. So you gotta play 2 of it. 3 I feel is too much. 2 is the correct ratio as what is popular in most builds anyways. And then for the Dogmatika cards, we have Dogmatika Ecclesia at 2. Now you may be wondering, why don't you play 3? Well, I don't really play 3 because I feel that 3 is too much, especially in your opening hand. You do draw the 2 Ecclesia. It's kind of dead, to be honest with you. Plus, we really don't even use our extra deck all too often to get the special extension effect. This is typically like the only normal summon you will make in the deck. So, I feel that it's fine at 2. Plus, it's searchable through Titanclad. It's searchable through Nadir. And we get through those cards pretty consistently anyways. So 2 is perfectly fine for me. And then obviously we play the last Dogmatika monster, the 1 Fleur-de-Lis. Now I only play the 1 Fleur-de-Lis because it kind of can be a brick at times. And also it is searchable through Ecclesia, searchable through Nadir, searchable through Titanclad. So there's just so many ways to get to this card that I think 1 is perfectly fine. And I don't want to run Maximus anymore because Maximus is just kind of a bad card right now. Everyone's either playing around it, or it's just, doesn't really gain any advantage during the game state. And then that's it for the Dogmatika monsters. Let's go into hand traps. We play triple Ash Blossom, Joyous Spring. Obviously, this is one of the most popular hand traps. Always has been since it was first released. So, you gotta play 3 of it. Hits a lot of cards. It's all the power cards. So, you gotta play 3 of it. No more, no less. And then for the kind of tech choice that I'm playing in terms of hand traps is triple DD Crow. Now, Crow is interesting because it hits a lot of decks, but also it kind of doesn't because Dragon Link doesn't really care for it. Infernoble necessarily doesn't really care for it. It's just basically Dino hate because right now I'm in my locals currently right now. There are a lot of Dino players, so I just am making DD Crow, but if you want to shape up to, face more rounded decks, I would definitely switch these out for effect failures because with effect failure, you could just go into like the Celine play with the needle fiber and then, you could go into straight up Axis Code Talker and then normally swing for game. So you could do that, but for right now, I'm playing Crow. And it's also just really good to also hit other random matchups like the Zoo Dogmatika matchup, which is also becoming very popular at this time. And then for the final hand traps, we play 2 Moonlit Chill. Now this card is actually really awesome. I love this card. It cannot get chain blocked. Also, it's just really good to get that burn damage in there. And then normally this deck takes opponents into the grind game. Winning that burn damage in time can come up eventually, though it is kind of sacky, to be honest with you. I really like this card. I wouldn't play it at 3 right now. I don't think it's that good at 3. I think 2 is just a fine ratio. You see it when you need it, and you don't want to see it when you don't want to see it. So I think it's fine at 2. And then for the spells, we have 3 Curse Eldland. You have to play this card. Come on. Pay 8. Feel great. Yes, we all know the saying. Searches out your Golden Lands and your Eldritch monsters. So you gotta play it. And then the send effect when it's sent from Spell Trap Zone to the graveyard is really good as well. And then for the other Elixir spells, we play the 1 black and 1 white. I see a lot of people either playing 1 white or just playing 1 black. I like playing the 2 because it does give me the option to get the Golden Lord as much as I can. And you have to get the Golden Lord as much as you can, especially since people, when they're siding, they do get the crows in there. And also they like to have other types of banishing effects to get out the Golden Lord. That way your deck kind of dies. So this card kind of solves that. It's searchable as well through the Golden Lands. And then also the Black Awakening is also really good. Plus when you kind of open subpar, these cards normally do come up because either you have the Golden Boy in hand or he is in deck. So it's kind of like dead and not dead. I really like playing these, but I kind of do want to test a little bit more to see what else I could put in there. For the Dogmatika spells, we play triple Nadir Servant. You have to play 3. There's no way of getting around it. This card basically says, hey, let me search out my whole engine and deck, plus gaining advantage by sending things from the extra deck as well. You have to play 3 of it, and also it does come up a lot because say like your Ecclesia does go to the grave, or your Fleur-de-Lis does go to the grave, you can just grab it right back with Fleur-de-Lis normally, and it's totally fine. And that's why I play such a small package, because that just grabs it right from the grave. And then we play Triple Extravagance. I am playing this over Magician Souls right now. This is just a test. So far, Extravagance actually has been proving to be very, very useful. You know, we don't really care about our extra deck all too much anyways, so just getting rid of free cards is perfectly fine for me. And then the draw 2 effect always comes up, and if I do resolve it normally, I kind of do win the game a lot of times because it's such a, you know, powerful card. But I do want to test more with Magician Souls. It's just that right now I think this is a lot stronger for me personally in my strategy, so I'm playing Triple Extravagance. And then we play 2 Forbidden Droplet. I like the 2 right now to keep the deck under 40 cards. I really love Droplet. It just sends your traps that you don't need anymore to the graveyard to negate, you know, some monster effects, and plus you can either send them from your hand as well. So it just always comes up. This card is so powerful, and I feel a lot of people right now are undervaluing what the card actually does. So it's always really nice to steal a few games against, especially against combo when they can't respond to it. If you send like, you know, say like a hand trap or whatever that's kind of sitting dead in your hand, always very nice. So I play 2 of it. And then onto the traps, we play obviously the 3 Scarlet. You have to play this card at 3. It's what honestly gets your whole deck rolling. So play 3 of it, gets your Golden Boy off the deck and from the graveyard. And then obviously play the 3 Conch. Gotta play this card at 3. He's the popper, so you gotta get stuff off the field. And then we play the triple Huaquero. I have been seeing people play this at 2 right now, especially in other synchro variants, just because, you know, banishing things is still important to the game, but also kind of not in a sense. So I've been seeing people play it too. I played at 3 because you definitely want to see those outlet elixirs in your hand or on the field as much as you can, just to resolve their effects. So I played triple, and plus it always comes up, especially in games 2 and 3. And then to round out the rest of the traps, I play triple impermanence. You have to play triple impermanence. This is the best hand trap in the game right now, hands down. It cannot get triple tactics talent, and also it plays around other forms of negation. So impermanence, you have to play it at 3 right now. It is one of the best cards in the game. And then we play the 1 Dogmatika Punishment, and then my spicy tech is the 1 Skill Drain. I think Punishment is very good. Obviously, it's searchable through Ecclesia, and then later on you see we can just recycle it through our means from our extra deck. And then we have the 1 Skill Drain. This card is absolutely busted. It steals so many games. It's super degenerate, but you know, I played it as a 1-up just because it's a little spice thing I threw in there. This deck can play around Skill Drain so easily. So I was like, why not try it at 1? And it is insane. So that does it for the main deck. Let's go right into the extra deck. So we play Double Titanclad. Obviously, you send this off Nadir, and then we can search during the end phase. Always comes up. Super good. And then we also play the 2 Entis. Now this card is also really good. It's a 2-for-1 with punishment. So we have to play 2 of it because we play Extravagance. Also, with the Extravagance playing, I played the 2-2 ratio. Obviously, as you've seen, I wouldn't want to play 3 of it because I think I would rather have other options just in case I don't see the Extravagance in the game and I have ways to get to the, you know, Nadir Servant or the punishment beforehand. So I just like playing the 2 ofs. I think they're perfectly fine and they have been working out for me. And then we play the 1 Omega. Now this card is very good. This is how we recycle like the punishment through our deck, how we recycle other cards going back into our deck. I really like this card. And then we play the 1 Constellar Pleiades. I'm thinking about bumping this up to 2, but I think it's fine at 1. I've only made it a few times and say like, you know, game 1s, but normally it doesn't really come up that often anyways. So just 1 just for the tech of it. And then we play the double Super Dreadnought. Really good. Steals so many games. And then, since we're playing the 2 of that, you gotta play the big boy. So he also is really good. He steals games as well. If you resolve him, it's pretty much like Scoop City for the opponent. They can't really get over this anyways. And then Going to the Link monsters, we play the one Link Spider. This card is really nice, getting your golden land cards in the graveyard when they're on the field. We play the one Lambda. I play this as just a generic Link too, just to, you know, clear the field a little bit. Same thing with Nightmare Phoenix, just to clear the board a little bit. You don't really need it for any other reasons. And then we have the one IP Masquerena, because we do play a few Link 4s, but they don't really come up all too often. They're just there when we need them, because we play the one Zeraboros, and then we play the one Axis Kotalker. These cards are just really good for utility. I did resolve a Zeraboros one time against a Megalith player, and he just couldn't get over it no matter what he did, because he didn't want his cards to get either banished, and plus he was huge. He was about like, I'd say around like 6,000, 7,000, because I kept banishing the golden land cards as well, just to get some extra searches in, and then he just kept getting bumped up. So really nice card. And then obviously Axis Kotalker, we all know he's extremely busted, so we gotta play him at least. So that does it for the main deck and extra deck. Let's go to the side deck. Now the side deck's kind of, you know, still in testing, but I think this is really nice for right now. So we play the one Pankratops. There are a lot of synchro variants going around still, plus Inferno Noble Knight. If you do resolve Pankratops, it is a 2-for-1, because you're just going to attack over the Herald, and then you're going to attack over like a Savage or maybe like a Charles or something else. And then just, they have to negate it somehow in some way, because it just applies so much pressure to the board. And then we play the double Lancia. This is just for decks that banish either in the mirror match, or, you know, there are Orcus variants going around. So, you know, they are getting fairly popular because everyone loves that deck. And also against Dino, it's a very strong, and everyone is playing Dino right now. So I think 2 Lancia is perfectly fine. And then we play the triple sphere mode, because we don't even normal summon at all, to be honest with you. So like, why not try it out here? So our only normal summon is Ecclesia, so we can just let the opponent go first, and then, okay, sphere mode, the whole board, especially against Dragon Link, it's extremely powerful. Getting rid of that Savage, getting rid of the other negations that they may have, just normal summon, and then you could go off from there by setting all your traps and then going off the following turn, just breaking their board apart. And then we obviously have to play the triple Lightning Storm. This card is extremely busted, super strong, gotta play 3 of it. It destroys either the monsters or the back row, so it's extremely good. And especially since we do play a trap heavy deck, you know, we can still activate it on turns, you know, 2 and 3, because all we have to do is control no face up cards, and guess what, all of our traps are set, they're face down, so it's always live. And I love the fact that this deck could play Lightning Storm so well. And then for the mirror match, we play triple Cosmic Cyclone. This card always comes up. Eldlich is still a very popular deck, so I still play Cyclone in the side. It always does come up, to be honest with you, and I'm still glad I do play it. Now, we play double Dark Ruler no more. We don't play 3 of it anymore, because we do play droplets in the main. So we have 4 cards to say, I'm going to negate the combo boards, which this deck can struggle with from time to time, but not really. But we just play 2 of it. Plus it says your opponent can't really activate any monster effects in response to it. So it's pretty good. And then for the final card we have the one Golden Land Forever. This is really nice, especially when you're going first in games, you know, maybe 2 or 3, depending on if you win or lose at those matches. So this is really nice to have as a utility. It's an Omni negate, you know, and you just get rid of it with your Golden Land, Golden Boy, and then you just bring him back later with either Scarlet and or on your turn with his Grave effect. So that just about does it, everyone. I want to thank you guys so much for visiting this deck profile. I've been really loving this deck so far, this format. It's super powerful. It plays around the hand traps. It plays around what is really popular in this current format. So if you guys are playing this deck, let me know what you guys are doing to spice things up with this deck. Or are you guys just reformulating the synchro combo, or are you guys playing this more zombie variant? Let me know in the comment section below. Without further ado, guys, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. See you later.